Welcome, the Dweller of the Dark. We are a channel honoring the yellowed and blackened bones of many prominent authors. We will be digging up several obscure, strange, and forgotten authors who influenced many of the great horror, science fiction, and fantasy writers today. Comment below if you like. If you have authors that you'd like to see recognized, list them in the comments or contact our author page. Subscribe for more tales of the horrifying, obscure, strange, and forgotten. We'll have quite a collection climbing out of the tombs. If you like any of our tales, comment, ring the bell, and crush the like button below. Unknown Horror Masters. The Skull and Bones collection has risen from the grave. More beast to be released soon. Find us on Fiverr to raise 7 kinds of hell. Check out our other stories and our websites. YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, Dweller of the Dark. Official website, dwellerofthedark.com. Kindle Vella, new serialized novels and novelette. Weekly new episodes. Check out links below for Where the Wolf Dwells. The Curious Death of Dionysus Shall-Not. Our books and ebooks are on Kindle Amazon. Follow, support us on Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, Bandcamp. Dweller of the Dark. Children of Horror. Legion of Ghouls. Tonight, we celebrate Halloween with a special Robert Burns poem. This is Scotland's most haunted poem, Tamoshanter. First published in 1791 in Antiquities of Scotland. This one should bring you into the Halloween spirit. Enjoy. Tamoshanter by Robert Burns. When Chapman Billies leave the street and drouthy neighbors meet, as market days are wearing late and folk begin to tack the gate, while we sit boosing at the nappy and getting full and uncool happy, we think now on the lane Scots miles, the mosses, waters, slaps, and styles that lie between us and our hame, while sits our sulky, sullen dame, gathering her brows like gathering storm, nursing her wrath to keep it warm. This truth find honest Tamoshanter, as he frae ere a night did canter, old air when ne'er a town surpasses for honest men and bonny lasses. O Tam, hadst thou but been sae wise, and ta'en thy ain wife Kate's advice, she told thee weel thou was a skellum, a blithering, blustering, drunken blellum, that frae November till October, a market day thou was na sober, that ilka meddler with the miller, thou sat as lang as thou had siller, that every naig was cat a shoe, the smith and thee gat roaring full on, that at the Lord's house, even on Sunday, thou drink with Kirkton Jean till Monday. She prophesied that late or soon thou would be found deep drowned in Doon, or catched with warlocks in the murk by Alloway's old haunted kirk. Ah, gentle dames, it gars me greet to think how moaning counsel sweet, how moaning lengthened sage advices, the husband free, the wife despises. But to our tale, a market night, Tam had got planted unco right, best by an ingle, pleasing finely, with reaming swats that drank divinely, and at his elbow, Suitor Johnny, his ancient, trusty, drouthy crony. Tam loyed him like a vera breather. They had been fool for weeks, the gaither. The night drave on with sangs and clatter, and the air was growing better. The landlady and Tom grew gracious, with secret favors, sweet and precious. The suitor told his queerest stories. The landlords laughed was ready chorus. The storm without might rear and rustle. Tom did not mind the storm a whistle. Care not to see a man say happy, even drowned himself among the nappy. A bee's fleet, ham with ladies or treasure, the minutes winged their way with pleasure. Kings may be blessed, but Tam was glorious, o'er of the ills or life victorious. But pleasures are like poppies spread. You seize the flower, its bloom is shed, or like the snow falls in the river, a moment white, then melts forever. Or like the borealis race, that flit ere you can point their place. Or like the rainbow's lovely form, vanishing amid the storm. Nay, man can tether time or tide. The hour approaches, Tam won't ride. That hour, oh night's black arch, the key stain. That dreary hour he mounts his beast in, and sigh a night he tacks the road in, as never poor sinner was abroad in. The wind blew as twad blown its last. The rattling showers rolls on the blast. The speedy gleams the darkness swallowed. Loud, deep, and lang the thunder bellowed. That night a child might understand. The Dale had business on his hand. Will mounted on his grey mare make a better never lifted leg. Time skelped on throw dub and mire, despising wind and rain and fire, whiles holding fast his good blue bonnet, whiles crooning over some old Scots sonnet, whiles glowering round with prudent cares, lest bogles catch him unawares. Kirk Alloway was drawing nigh, where ghasts and hoolits nightly cry. By this time he was crossed the ford, where in the snow the chapmen smored, and past the Burks and Meikle Stain, where drucken Charlie Brack's neck bane, and through the winds and by the cairn, where hunters fanned the murdered bairn, and near the thorn aboon the well, where Mungo's mither hanged herself. Before him Doon pours all his floods. The Dublin storm roars through the woods. The lightnings flash from pole to pole. Near and more near the thunders roll, when, glimmering through the groaning trees, Kirk Alloway seemed in a bleeze. Through Ilka bore the beams were glancing, and loud resounded mirth and dancing. Inspiring bold John Barleycorn, what dangers thou canst make us scorn. With Tippenny we fear nae evil, with Uskabay we'll face the devil. The swat say ringed in Tammy's noodle. Fair play, he card na Dale's a boodle. But Maggie stood right sair astonished, till by the heel and hand admonished, she ventured forward on the light, and wow! Tom saw an uncouth sight. Warlocks and witches in a dance, nae cotillion, Brent knew, frae France, but hornpipes, jigs, strathspeys, and reels, put life and metal in their heels. A winnock bunker in the east, there sat old Nick in shape o' beast, a towsy tyke, black, grim, and large. To guide them, music was his charge. He screwed the pipes and got them skirl, till roof and rafters did dirl. Coffins stood round like open presses, that shawed the dead in their last dresses, and by some devilish cantrip slight, each in its cold hand held a light, by which heroic Tom was able to note upon the Halig table a murderer's veins in gibbet errands, twas spangling we unchristian barons. A thief new cutted frae the rape, with his last gasp his gab did gape. 5 tomahawks with blood red rusted, 5 scimitars with murder crusted, a garter which a babe had strangled, a knife a father's throat had mangled, whom his ain son or life bereft. The grey hairs yet stack to the heft, with mare or horrible and awful, which even to name would be unlawful. As Tommy glowered, amazed and curious, the mirth and fun grew fast and furious. The piper loud and louder blew, the dancers quick and quicker flew. They reeled, they set, they crossed, they clicked, till ilka Carlin swat and reek it, and coast her duddies to the walk, and link it at it in her sark. Now Tom, oh Tom, had they been queens, or plump and strapping in their teens, their sarks instead o' greasy flannin, then snaw white 1700 linen. Their breeks o' mine, my only bear, that aunts were plush o' good blue hair. I wad hae gin them af e hurdies for a blink o' the bonny birdies. But withered beldams, old and droll, rig woody hags wad speen a foal, loping and flinging on a crummock. I wonder did not turn thy stomach. But Tom kenned what was what full brawly. There was a winsome wench and Wally that night enlisted in the corps, laying after kind on Carrick's shore. For mony a beast too dead she shot, and perished mony a bony boat, and shook baith mickle corn and bear, and kept the countryside in fear. Her cuddy suck o' paisley horn, that while a lassie she had worn, in longitude though sorely scanty, it was her best, and she was vaunty. Ah, little kind thy reverend grannie, that sark she coft for her wee Nannie. What twa bund Scots, twas her riches, wad ever graced a dance of witches. But here my muse, her wing maun cower, set flights are far beyond her power, to sing how Nannie lapped and flang. A supple jad she was and strang, and how Tom stood like ane bewitched, and thought his very een enriched. Even Satan glowered and fidged full fain, and hotched and blew with might and main, till first a caper signed anither, tam tint his reason the kither, and roars out, "Weel done, cuddy sark!" And in an instant all was dark, and scarcely had he Maggie rallied, when out the hellish legion sallied. As bees biz out with angry fyke, when plundering herds assail their bike, as open pussies mortal foes, when pop she starts before their nose, as eager runs the market crowd, when "Catch the thief!" resounds out loud. So Maggie runs, the witches follow, with Moni and Eldridge screech and hollow. Ah, Tam, thou'll get thy farron. In hell they'll roast thee like a heron. In vain thy Kate awaits thy coming. Kate soon will be a woeful woman. Now do thy speedy utmost, Meg, and win the key stain of the brig. There at them thou thy tail may toss, a running stream they dare not cross. But ere the key stain she could make, the fint a tail she had to shake. For Nannie far before the rest, hot upon noble Maggie pressed, and flew at Tom with furious ettle. With little wist she Maggie's mettle. A spring brought aft her master hail, but left behind her angry tail. The calling caught her by the rump, and left poor Maggie scarce a stump. Now, while this tale o' truth shall read, ilk man and mother's son take heed. Whenever to drink you are inclined, or cuddy sarks run in your mind, think ye may buy the joys o'er dear. Remember tamoshanter's mere. Thank you for listening. Have a happy Halloween.